name is Harry Jacobs, and I'm here at YK Tabletop Games and Eats in Yellowknife, Northwest Territories, and I am the North of 60 Gamer, and this is the North of 60 Gaming channel in conjunction with Tabletop Games and Eats here at the Monkey Tree Plaza. I want to talk about a game that I just brought into the cafe for you to play, and I can teach you it. It's a very easy game to play. It is a gateway game. It's a fun game. It is for like 10 and up and 1 to 4 players. Actually, it's 8 and up. And it takes about 30 minutes. This is perfect. This is a family game, 8 years up. It is basically a shape matching game. And one of the things I like about it, is the components. The components are really, really nice. A good quality game for really a good price, I thought. So if you're interested in a game like this, once we show it to you, let me know and see what we can do about bringing in a copy for you. But without further ado, let's get down to the table for a quick. The game has been sorted and organized, so it is ready to go. It just have to show you how it is in the box. I'm going to show you some of the components, and then we're going to get to it right away. So let's get down to the table. So here's the box. It is a small box game. It's not very big. It doesn't take a lot of footprint up on the table. And this is Project L. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Tetris. So if you understand Tetris and things coming down, it's not Tetris, of course, because nothing's coming down at you. But this is a game, I would say, if you've seen Tetris, you'll probably see it. Now you can see on top, I've put the rules. This is an expansion. This is the Finesse expansion, and we won't be playing that. And that is the Ghost Piece expansion. We won't be playing that. These are the mats for the Ghost Piece expansion. I'm just going to put that here. These are the mats for the regular game, and we have 4 levels of shapes, and I'm going to explain to you all that in a moment. This is the rules. It looks huge, but it's not. Really, it's in 3 different languages, and it's like 2 pages of rules. So this is a 5-5-5 game. So in here, we have an expansion. This is the Finesse expansion. Of course, we're not going to be playing with that. This is the Ghost expansion. Again, we're not going to be playing with that. That adds a 5th level and some new shapes and some new tiles. Here are the tiles that we're going to use to make our shapes. So if we look at one, this is a white one. These are the ones that we're going to play at the beginning of the game, and eventually we'll be able to do these black ones, which are a little more complicated. So you can see how these are built. So what you're going to do is you're going to fill out a shape. Once you fill out the shape, you're going to put that in the score pile. You're going to take that shape as a reward. This one's worth 1, this one's worth 4. This is from the black pile. In a 2-player game, we're going to put out 14 of these. We're going to put out all 15 black tiles. And once the deck runs out, the game is over. So there will be some left on the table to choose, but that will be over. Of course, we have some coins that we can use. And we have our shapes here. We have our level 1, 2, 3 shapes here, and our level 4 shapes here. So if we pull these out of the box, right now we're going to put this box off to the side. We are going to set up a 2-player game. I know it seems funny, but we're going to play. My wife and I are playing together today. She's going to be my right hand, as she always is my right hand, and I am the left hand. You can see we can have up to 4 puzzles on the go, and here's our scoring pile here, and here's the type of shapes that we have, and we're going to go through the actions very, very quickly. First thing we're going to do in a 2-player game, if you follow along in the rules, if you have the rules, if you follow along in the rules right here, for 2 people, we're going to have 12 of the black puzzles. So when the 12 of the black puzzles are gone, the game is over. So basically, we're going to take all our whites, puzzles, we are going to shuffle them up. And we'll make a nice little pile over on the side here, just like that. We'll make a nice little pile over on the side, just like that. There we go. We're going to take our black puzzles, if I can get them out of the box over here. Oh gosh. Here they are right here. Shuffle them up. We're just going to take 12 at random. 2, You can hear the sound on the 3, so they're really nice. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's it. What we're going to do next is set the market. So we're going to take our black. We're going to flip over 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oops, 4 because I can't count. We are going to flip over the white tiles. 1, 2, 3. Whoa, upside down. 3 and 4. Just like that. Again, we're trying to empty the black pile when there's 4 left. So we're going to finish 8 blacks. So you can also see that there are this one has no value whatsoever. So you can see these are just mechanisms to help us get more pieces. So what we're going to do is deal out 1 puzzle for each person. Right there, for me, and 1 for my good right-hand wife. And then we're going to take some of these puzzle pieces, and there's the level 1 puzzle pieces, and we're going to take a level 1 and a level 2. And you can see right here, we have the yellow. These are the yellow and the green. So we're each going to get a green, and a yellow, a little yellow, which is buried at the bottom here. Yellow. Yellow. So once we've set up our markets, we are going to go through the game round. We've given each player their starting tiles, and the things that you can do on your turn is take a puzzle. Zap. Take a level 1 piece. That's the little yellow piece. Upgrade a piece. So you can take the yellow piece, make a green piece, or a green piece to one of the blue or the orange piece. Place a piece. Put a piece that you've gained into the puzzle, or the master action, which allows you to put 1 piece in all the puzzles in front of you. And you can only use that once per turn. Which makes sense. So you can do up to 3 actions on your turn, but the master action can only be done once. So here we have set up Project L. This is the base game. And as we've said, we have 2 expansions in there, the Ghost expansion and the Finesse expansion. But we're just going to play the base game. You can see it's playing with 2 players. Right hand is going to represent my wife. The left hand represents me. So who knows who's going to win? We're going to play the best we can. So the first thing we're going to do is we get 3 moves in our turn. If we look at the player mat here, you can excuse my eyes because I'm an old guy. You can take a puzzle, take a level 1 piece, upgrade a piece, or place a piece. And if you take a master action, which means you're going to use up all your turns, you can put a piece on every puzzle. I'm going to let my wife go first because I'm a gentleman. And the first thing she wants to do is take a look at what's going on here. You want a fairly easy one because you want to start getting into some of these other shapes here. So the first thing I believe my wife's going to do is she's going to take 1. I think she's either going to take, she might even take this one too. And for 1 move, she's going to just take a yellow. You can always take a level 1 yellow. There we are, level 1 yellow. That is her turn. We'll see if her strategy pays off. Of course, we're going to put these down. Just like this, my turn. I'm just going to take the 1. And I am going to take another green, another yellow as well for my second turn. And for my third turn, I'm going to upgrade that to a green, just like this. So there you go. 3 turns very, very quickly. Over to my wife. She is going to go 1, 2, 3. What happens is this is going to go down to her scoring pile. And she is going to get this blue piece as a reward, which is a whole piece right here, which is perfect for her. We're going to come over to here. We're going to do something similar. 1, 2, 3. We are going to get the blue piece, and we're going to take our 1. We get all our pieces back every turn, and it goes into our scoring pile. Of course, I forgot we should flip this up every time we do that. Now, how does the game end? The game ends with when there are no more black backs in the deck. That doesn't mean there's no cards down. You're going to have 4 down, but you're going to have this completely empty. We're back to my wife, who decides that she's going to go 1, 2, and takes a red. Red for the war, and she has one move back left. She gets that for the scoring. She really likes the idea of maybe doing this one, so that's 3. My turn comes along. Of course, we're going to refill. Perfect. I'm going to take 1, and then I'm going to do 2, 3, just like that. He's going to go over to the scorer. I'm going to get a red one, and 1 comes out. Now, I think one of the things we can do is she's going to look at this, and she's going to pull this down for 1. She's going to play this. 1. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, this is going to go 1 and 2, and that's her entire. That's 3 because she took this one, of course. It comes back to me. I have nothing here. We're going to take a black out. Ooh, those 5s are tempting. So I'm going to take a 5 for 1. And I think I'm going to take this one for 2. I can have as many as 4 here. And then I'm going to place 1. There we go. I'm going to place 1 right there. That's 3. Back over to here. 1, 2, which finishes that off, gives us a red, not to mention 2 points. And for her third turn, she's going to start on this one here. Pretty good. I'm coming over to here. 1, 2. We're going to take our yellow piece here. It's a level 2, level 3, I should say. I believe. Yep, level 3. And this comes over to here. 1 more. Oh, and we forgot to do this. Bad Harry. He likes this for 3, so he's going to take that for 3. We're going to take that over to here. Wife's going to go, well, there's 1. There's 2. And there's 3. That's the end of her turn. You can see how quick these turns are. Coming over to here. What do we got here? We have 1, 2, and 3, which is our turn. And then we can get a zigzag, an orange zigzag. There we go, just like that. That makes our life easier. Just like that, that's 3. My wife comes over here for her first one. Bang. Her first black, she's going to get a blue, which is a level 3. Plus she gets these back. And there we go. Just like that. She started on her first black. Come over to myself over here, and I think we're going to start to, we've got 1, just like that. Once you start, you can't take these off. So you've got to be able to finish this. 2. And 3, actually. So that's not too bad. My wife is going to come over here. We have nothing here. She's got some great ones. She's going for a big one again. She's going to take this big one. And I think she's going to take the smaller one here because we got a purple shape, which is a really good long one there. 2. And she's just going to do that. For 3, we come over to here. I've got 1, 2. I'm going to upgrade my yellow because we can always upgrade to the second level. And that's the end of my turn. For 3, we come back over to here. She finishes us off for 1. This isn't worth any value. Oops, and we forgot to do this. And this. And then we're going to come over to here and get my wife's purple. She's in good shape right here. Whew, it's tempting to go get more of these and so we can finish these faster, but she's going to go 1, 2, and 3. You can see how fast this game ramps up. I come over to here, there's 1. We get this in a yellow, so we get our yellow back, as you can see. And that is 1, 2, I get another 3. I like the idea of a purple, but I better grab a 4 here. And then there we go. We're going to do this, and there's a 3. So that's as easy as the turns gets. I don't think we have to go through the entire game. So what happens when we use up all our black? And this is what happens. Say, so in the last turn, when we move this over, so she took this one. This signals the last turn for 1, and then 2, 2, and 3 if this was the last turn. 3 just like that. Now, if I was in a bad position like this, I would try. I got my 3. 1, 2, and I'm going to try to do this as many. 3. Okay. So at this stage, at the end of the game, we have the finesse end, which means is I'm going to place as many of my blocks on empty squares. So there's 1, 2, 1, 2, 2. So that's -1, that's -2. At that point, we're going to count up all our scores and then compare our scores, and whoever has the greatest score wins. So that end mechanism, what it tries to do is to keep you from getting a ton of puzzles down and taking a ton of puzzles and not being able to finish them. That means the more of the puzzles I put down, the more I'm going to have to fill out. And I could have conceivably had to use all of these and really go into minus. And we don't want to do that. That is Project L in a nutshell. I showed you a few turns. I showed you the end game. I showed you the finesse part where we fill up to lose points, and then we count points. That is Project L. And of course, like anything, I'm going to show you, like anything, we're going to have some final thoughts, and that will conclude this video. This game is available, Project L, here at YK Tabletop Games and Eats. You can play it. It's about a 5-minute learn, 5-minute setup, 5-minute teardown, and about a 30-minute game. Of course, it'll scale. Like 2 players could probably finish it in about 20 minutes. 4 players would probably be 30 minutes, maybe 40 minutes, depending on how fast you go. But that's it. Project L. Stay tuned for final thoughts. Project L. How did I like the game? Well, I really liked it. The components are really nice. It's one of those nice 5-5-5 games that I talk about all the time. Great for the family, great for a party. It's a fairly small footprint in terms of a game, so it's perfect for a board game cafe or taking along on vacation. It's a game that does have a solo mode. I really liked it. I think it's a game that is worth having in a collection if you're looking for some gateway games and a game that your kids can play and you can sit down with the family after dinner. So that is what I really feel about this game. It's one of the better games, especially for gateway. I love those puzzly little games. It's right up there with something like Azul or maybe like Sagrada. Maybe not as deep, but it certainly would lead you to those games. That's it for now. My name is Harry Jacobs. If you like what you saw, please subscribe and hit the like button. Be greatly appreciated. Thank you. Talk to you later, folks.